Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Now, many people have heard of Rimzee across the UK. I mean, he's known for his realistic raps that showcase the reality of life for the average individual in his city dwellings. That's a cryptogram for me implying that anybody who knows about the struggle or who's had to suffer in life can relate to his music. Now, that's whether you're black, white, blue, pink or yellow. Anyone who ever has lived life in a single-parent household, who served a prison sentence, or living life in a bit too fast, can take refuge in his lyrics. Essentially, what he does is speaks to the have-nots. He resonates with real people. All you gotta do is take a look at your friendship group, your mates, and think to yourself, why are you friends with these people? The most likely outcome is that because you gravitate towards the people that are real and authentic, and they match with your personal qualities, it's the same reason why people actually take in Rimzee. In short, again, Rimzee speaks for the have-nots, or people whom want to make a better life for themselves. But it wasn't all that simple. I mean, 29-year-old Ricardo Miles, commonly known as Rimzee, has fought to stand tall from that position of success, and that's thanks to some loyal members of his team and setbacks. Right now, Rimzee is one of the UK premier rap artists. But if you ask him his occupation before rap, he would put himself as an entrepreneur/businessman, and that's a far cry from the bad mind teenager that was lurking the streets looking to put a bullet in his ops heads a few years back. And that is not an over-exaggeration, or me trying to stretch the truth by any means, believe me. It was only a few years ago that Rimzee was splashed all over the media headlines for his role in opening fire on an unmarked police car in East London. Now, Rimzee was charged with pulling out a Colt 45 pistol and using that same weapon to shoot at police in an unmarked car during a ride-out. Now, this is how bad Rimzee was. Once he fired at police, he then tried to again fire for a second time. Miraculously, the gun jammed, which is a blessing in disguise. Thank God he did not have the opportunity to actually injure any of the police officers that night. Rimzee caught the case in 2012, and by 2013 he was sentenced to 13 years at just 21 years of age. Now, me personally, I would have argued that he should have known better, but by his own admission, Rimzee admitted he was misguided. And to be honest, that's in part of living the street life. To be honest, it's easy for me to criticise people and say that they should have considered the ramifications of their actions before acting on a crime that can effectively F up your whole life. But when life moves so fast and you involve yourself in illegal activities and the road life, it's actually hard to be calculative. It's hard to have the foresight to protect yourself from any comebacks either. And when you shoot at police officers, that's a mighty big hurdle to overcome. During serving time in Swellside Prison, Rimzee did most of his growing. In an interview with the CEO cast, Rimzee talks about becoming Muslim while in prison. He said that he would accompany his bro to Jummah, and while he was there he would listen to the Imam talk. When the Imam taught, something connected into his heart, and it was like a puzzle piece fitting together. He also gave praise to his bro who gave him a book entitled Understanding Scientific Benefits of Islam, and it was the influence of that book that helped him make the decision to take his Shahada. Now fast forward to 2019 and Rimzee's just been released. All those years he sat in a prison cell listening to other people talk about their regrets, their business ventures, what they would do differently, and reading self-help books. Rimzee decided to put all his actions and all his talks and all his philosophies into action. The first thing he did when he came out of prison was to create a music record label called Independent Records, in which he assigned 2 artists. He also purchased a property in Leicester through auction, where he spent £97,000 to purchase. Then there's the auction fees, and then he spent another £20,000 plus to renovate the property. That works out to spending roughly £130,000 through his company venture, just on the property. During the interview, he also said that he plans on buying more property. So along with creating a property portfolio, Rimzee also purchased a fast food place / restaurant in Fulham or Chelsea called Bagels and Burgers, And if that's not enough, he also owns his own record studio. So the work ethic and determination Rimzee puts down to reading self-help books such as Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and listening to other people that turned nothing into something. He says you can't put a cap on potential and goals, and at 29 years of age, he has shown that even if your life is on pause or you have to take a quick break, i.e., serving a quick prison sentence, there's always time to graft and pursue your dreams and aspirations and turn your life around. You have to give credit where credit's due. I mean, the guy went from being 21 years old to riding a bicycle, shooting at police when he was on a ride out. He served a major part of his prison sentence, and then he come out, built a record label, built a music studio, bought a property, and then decided that he wants to be a restaurant owner. And the crazy thing about it is, this is just a span of 3 years. Imagine what he could accomplish in a 5-year period or a 10-year period.